All right, so we have another Santa Fe Community College Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. Today we're going to still be going over attacks from mount. Going to show you a different option for a control on this armbar, and then work into a transition to back control and go over a little bit of how to control from back control safely. So we're here in mount with our partner one more time just to go over it so it really sinks in. Want to have wide arms when we first get mount because our partner's probably going to be freaking out trying to get back on top or get out. So we want to be nice and wide here. We also want, if we can, to have our toes tuck under the hips nice and tight. The tighter that is, the harder it's going to be for our partner to shrimp out. So we're going to go with this very simple setup again. Partners usually protecting their face. If they're not protecting their face, we can slap them up or start attacking the throat to get them to protect with their arms here. I'm going to go 2-on-1. I don't push down. I don't want to press down because that uses a lot of muscle. I want to be lazy here. I'm going to get tall, and I'm going to use all my body to drop my weight down. I want a 90-degree angle on the elbow, 90-degree angle on the shoulder. I'm going to drop down here. My partner's going to sense that this Americana is coming. I'm going to have them go ahead, reach through, and get on their side. Okay, guys? From here, rather than going to S-mount right away, okay, I want you guys to control the top arm now. We're going to go from going for the key lock on the bottom arm to controlling the top arm. I'm going to get that no finger grip. Then I'm going to go under the top arm and over my own arm. Now you might see this looks very similar to the Americana that we are doing. This is a key lock control. So rather than using this key lock to attack the shoulder, we're going to use this key lock for control in this armbar. So once I get this, I'm going to get my key lock, then go to S-mount. Now when I'm at S-mount here and I have this control, I have a lot of power to decide where my partner's going to go. I want to push the hand down as much as I can and pull that elbow up into my chest, holding it on my chest, okay? Using my entire body, once I get this S-mount, remember that S-mount is heel on the belly, knee on the back of the head. If my partner's trying to get back down, I can pick them up and get them on their side. Now, if you're using a live partner, I want you to be gentle with this because it can be quite uncomfortable when I'm pulling up on that elbow, but it makes people get very compliant with it at the same time. So this key lock control is my absolute favorite control for this armbar. So once again, I'm going to bring that foot in all the way to the armpit. I'm going to bring my knee onto my partner's side. So it's really important that we have good control over our own bodies if we're going to be using this key lock control. Because with this key lock control, I can't post out. That's why I like to show just this wrap up for the armbar, because people who are a little less in control of their bodies can just post out. If you want to use this key lock control, we've got to be able to use our core to control where our body's going so that I can bring this over while maintaining my posture because I can't fall over here. I need to keep a strong brace on the stomach, pushing out from all the muscles of the core. So once I get this, I'm going to sit down. Now, we will assume that our partner is grabbing their hands here, okay? One of the things that I'm really big on for this armbar, and I've shown in this class before, is that we need to always get this arm that's closest to the head through. There are a lot of reasons for that. Mostly it has to do with the higher level armbar transitions that we can use once this person starts defending. Almost all of our best attacks to break the arms or the ways that we deal with this person trying to get out of the armbar are best done with this arm that's closest to the head through and grabbing here on my own hip, controlling here. So this is where I want you guys to consider going, especially if you're drilling this a lot. This is the best position to go to when we are attacking this armbar. So I'm going to go over that again. Okay, we get them protecting their face. We control the arm all the way up, down. I'm going for my Americana. They're smart. They're savvy to it. They're coming over here. So I'm going to control this top arm. I'm going to go under that top arm and then over my own arm. Now I have a key lock on the top arm instead. It's important, guys, that I don't go the other way, okay? I don't want this key lock with the outside arm in here because they can just punch out of that really easy. I'm controlling here so that if they try to punch out that way, this arm's controlling. If they try to punch out the other way, I have my legs and my arms in the way, so it's really hard to get out. So this is the correct side for the key lock to be on. So from here, I'm going to get S mount, knee on the back of the head, tight, squeezing. I want to get that elbow on my chest and lift up. And that might mean, I'm kind of a shorter guy, so I can get pretty tall. Tall guys might be at more of a shallower angle here that might have to be low. But we need to keep that on the elbow. I don't want you to let that come away and hold it here because it's not nearly as strong as when that elbow's on the chest. So elbow's on the chest. We're nice and tight. I'm going to walk that foot up to the armpit. I'm going to drop my knee down onto my partner's belly, staying balanced. The way I'm doing that is I'm keeping my core strong. Leg comes over, hook, sit. Now from here, I'm going to switch. Okay, now I can start to attack my partner's arms, go for that armbar, and for the finish. So that's just a little add-on that we can use for the armbar from mount that we learned last week. It really is, I think, one of the best ways to get that armbar. That key lock is incredibly powerful. Now we're going to go to a technique called the gift wrap. Okay, guys? The gift wrap. So I'm going to go for this Americana again. If you guys see, a lot of these attacks can be set up off this Americana. That's usually what I use the Americana for. I can get the tap on an Americana sometimes. Most of the time, if the person is, higher level white belt or kind of knows what they're doing, it's hard to get an Americana. So I use the Americana to set up these other attacks. So I'm going for my Americana. I drop this down. My partner is going to reach through. Okay, first thing I want to do here, all right? First thing is I want to let go of this. And, I'll show it to you this way, okay? Because this is kind of how it usually works. Partner grabs their hands, right? And they're going to push their arms out. Now, when they push their arms out, I am going to go ahead and keep this arm stuck to here, okay? I'm going to stick my hand onto there and just drive it into the ground. So I was going for this Americana, I don't have it anymore. I'm just going to trap their arm and put it there so it's nice and stuck. If I straighten that arm out, it's going to be hard for them to do anything with it. A lot of times when I do this, people tend to just grab onto this arm. The reason they do that is because there's not too many other options. They can't pull it back because my whole body weight is driving down into here. So they'll take their top arm and grab my arm. So what I'm going to do while I'm pinning this is I'm going to sneak my arm behind the head. A lot of times people will think you're just controlling, and it's good control. But what I'm going to do is they're grabbing my wrist here. They're grabbing my wrist. I'm going to go ahead and let go of this and just bring my own wrist to my other hand. Now you guys might see the dummy's not actually grabbing onto my wrist, but people forget to let go of your wrist here. If I'm jamming that down, they grab my wrist to free themselves. I sneak this behind. Now I'm just going to let them keep their grip and bring my own hand to my other hand. Now I have a grip on their wrist, and it's very easy to strip this now. Once I have this grip, guys, I want to pull it tight. Okay, I want to get the elbow underneath the chin of my partner. Got to be underneath that chin. From here, I'm going to go other hand on the elbow. I'm going to go S mount, get tall, and pull them on their side. Got to have this underneath the chin, okay? So again, it's a little tricky, so I'm going to go over it again. I'm going for my Americana. I'm dropping down. My partner's really smart. They can even go over. They're going to get on their side, straighten their arm out. When they do, I'm going to go ahead, get my other arm, and just pin that to the ground, okay? I'm just going to pin it to the ground. I can kind of just wait here for a sec because almost always they're going to try to free this. As I'm pinning this, I go behind the head. My partner goes ahead. They're pushing. They're trying to grab. So instead of fighting that, I'm just going to let them keep their grip, and I'm going to bring my own hand to my other hand. When I do that, their wrist comes right into my other hand, and I'm going to strip that grip. I pull their arm through, and I take my hand and put it on the back of their elbow. Nice and tight grip. It's very hard to get out of, guys. It's very hard once we get this under the chin to get out of. I'm going to go ahead, go up to S mount. Now I'm in my S mount, okay? So from here, we're going to take the back, okay? I'm going to take my back foot, and I'm going to slap their back with it, okay? Take my back foot and slap their back with it. As I do that, I'm going to sit back to a 45-degree angle. I don't want to sit directly behind them like this, okay? I'm going to slap their back, and sit at about a 45 and pull them into my lap. Okay? Once I have them pulled into my lap, I get my legs out and I get my hooks. So their legs would be right here, guys. I want to bring my feet right into the edge of their hips right here. Now, once we get this, I can let go of this. I'm going to go under the arm, over the head, get a nice tight gable grip. Again, that's butterfly grip, little butterfly flapping its wings, and I grab the edges there. Okay, so under, and now I have my back control. I don't cross my feet. If I cross my feet, person can reach over and hook and get me an ankle lock. So I just bring my feet together, get my grips. Again, if you guys are having trouble with the, actually, I think everybody will be fine. Everyone's going to be fine. Go into the Americana. Partner reaches through, okay? I'm going to take my other hand, pin their arm, go behind the head. Partner starts grabbing my wrist, trying to free their arm. I bring my hand to my hand, grab the wrist, strip the grip. Pull it tight, hand on the back of the elbow, S-mount gets tall. I slap their back with my leg, and I sit back down, pull them into my lap. Okay? I get my hook, get my other hook. I go under the arm, over the head, get my tight grip. Okay? I need my ear to be on their back if I can, or tight to their head, because this person might be flailing around, and I might get my nose broken if I'm not careful. So I don't want to have my face here looking at them. I want my ear to the back so that I don't get my nose broken. All right, guys? That's going to be the technique. You guys can slow it down a little bit if you want. Any way you can get that gift wrap is just fine. Any way you can get your arm behind their head and a grip on their wrist is good for that gift wrap. I've just found that using this style of gift wrap where I'm pinning their arm, they grab my hand, it's a really good way to trick their lizard brain. And I get a lot of purple belts, brown belts, and even black belts that just forget that their grip is my grip. Okay? It's really easy just to bring it into my own hand. Now I have it. So really good technique. If you guys have any questions, let me know. To get your full credit for the Santa Fe Community College Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class, I need you to send me a 2-sentence comment on Canvas. So please do that. If you're just watching this because you love jiu-jitsu and want to drill, hope this technique was useful for you, and have a good day. See you on the next one.